Welcome to another segment of Behind the Scenes of the Waltons. Today I'm talking about the episode from season 1, The Scholar. If you're enjoying these videos, please do like and subscribe and share them with anyone you think might also enjoy them. I so appreciate all of you leaving messages and sharing these and telling me how much you're enjoying them. So as long as I feel like this is still valuable to someone out there, then I will do my best to continue making these videos for you. You can also hit the notification bell if you'd like to know when I post a new video. The Scholar introduced the character of Verdie Grant, and played by the fabulous Lynn Hamilton. Lynn had quite an extensive acting career before she came to join us on the Waltons, and we were very fortunate to have her. Many of you may remember her as a series regular on Sanford & Son. She also was in the Roots Next Generation, and interestingly enough, John McGreevy wrote one of the segments of Roots Next Generation. So just a lot of interaction between actors and writers and directors and stuff during that period of television. We were fortunate to have some of the best, both writers, directors, and actors. Many of you may remember also Hal Williams, who came in later to play Harley Foster, who marries Verdie Grant. And then they end up adopting a son, and Harley already has a son. So it was just a lovely family that recurred over the course of the series. I believe originally the character of Verdie was only meant to be in this one episode, but it was such a strong character and gave so many options for wonderful storylines. So those two characters ultimately did recur, and we were so fortunate to have them. And I just loved working with both Lynn and with Hal, and have stayed in touch with them over the years. They have both attended a number of Walton gatherings that we've had, reunions, and always such lovely, kind, generous, warm-hearted people, funny and just so easy and so gracious to work with. So I'm so grateful that John McGreevy introduced this character and that we were fortunate enough to have her and then later Harley on the show. Of course, Hal Williams was also in Sanford & Son with Lynn Hamilton, so they had an opportunity to work together multiple times over the years. Hal Williams has just done so much work in film and television, and I always enjoy when I'm watching something and he appears on screen, like in the film Private Benjamin. I was like, oh, there's Hal, I know him. There he is working with Goldie Hawn. So I always get a kick out of that. In this episode, of course, the main theme is illiteracy. Verdie is embarrassed to tell anybody that she can't read or write. John Boy figures it out and works out a game with Elizabeth, who is trying to learn how to write her letters better, write her words better. And when he sort of figures out that Verdie can't read or write, he creates this game whereby he has Elizabeth and Verdie take class together so she can also demonstrate. So he's teaching her at the same time until Verdie confronts John Boy and acknowledges that he knows and asks for his help. The Waltons did not shy away from tackling subjects that were not really difficult. This is not necessarily a difficult subject, but an important one. The whole subject of illiteracy, which unfortunately is still widespread in society today, and does make me realize the importance of people who struggle with that, feeling that it's not something they should be embarrassed or ashamed of, and they should be able to ask for help in learning without being embarrassed and not having anyone think less of them, because it clearly has nothing to do with intelligence. It is simply opportunity. So I would always encourage people to, if you want to learn. There's going to be opportunities. There's going to be people who will help you. And I loved the way this story unfolded with John Boy helping Verdie, and then the misunderstanding of Miss Hunter learning that she can't read or write because Elizabeth overhears it and tells Miss Hunter, and then Verdie accuses John Boy of not keeping his word, and then John Boy finds out that it really was Elizabeth and goes and confronts Verdie about that, and Verdie, a very, very proud woman, eventually apologizes and does ask for help. So it's the combination of she's illiterate and she's a Black woman, and so she already has to deal with everything that was going on in society at that time that was holding Black people back. And then on top of that, she can't read or write. So all of that, I think it was wonderful the way John McGreevy crafted that story to show a character with tremendous pride and tremendous ability, and working hard to personally get ahead and to make sure that her children get ahead, and ultimately having this opportunity to do something and acquire this skill that she has always wanted. So bravo to Earl and to John McGreevy and to the network for allowing this beautiful story to be told. A little bit of a continuity error that I saw here when John Boy is helping Verdie in the barn, and you see Elizabeth go by in the background, and it's daylight, but then on this reverse angle where you're over John Boy and Verdie and you see Elizabeth in the background, they didn't put enough light behind Elizabeth out there, so it looks like it's nighttime. I literally went back and checked and went, did they like shoot some of this during the day and some at night? But then when they go into the close-up of Elizabeth, of course, it's lighter out there. So they just missed that the distance there from the lens was making the outside look dark at that point. So just caught my eye. I don't know if it caught any of your eyes. Some of you will sometimes put things in the comments about bloopers that you catch or continuity things, errors and stuff like that. So it's always interesting to see these things. Another thing that I notice all the time and suddenly caught my eye in this one is particularly in the truck, and not just the truck, but quite often people open those doors, like the driver's door, from the inside. They reach outside to open those doors. In this case, John Boy opens the truck door in that sense, but I have seen him do that in other vehicles as well. So I don't remember if it was just hard to open the inside door, or if the inside door was broken, the inside handle didn't open it or what, or if it was just easier. So clearly the windows were always down. But I guess, also the windows were probably down a lot of times for dialogue purposes, and also so that the light, the reflection on the glass of the window wouldn't show the camera and all the lights in the background. But I don't know. I don't know if that was a common thing at that point in time, or just something that the actors did for the Waltons. Who knows? That's what I have for you today on this segment of Behind the Scenes of the Waltons, the episode The Scholar. I hope that you will join me for future episodes of Behind the Scenes of the Waltons and more Ask Judy. If you have questions you'd like me to take up on Ask Judy, please leave them in the comments. I'll either answer them there, or I will grab some of them and answer them in my next segment of Ask Judy. In the meantime, thanks for watching.